A recent study highlighted by Newsweek has unveiled a concerning trend in global seafood safety, specifically regarding mercury levels in tuna. Despite worldwide efforts to curb mercury emissions, this toxic element persists in our oceans, posing potential health risks to consumers worldwide. The study, conducted by experts from the French National Institute for Sustainable Development Research, meticulously analyzed mercury concentrations in tuna from 1971 to 2022. Alarmingly, the results showed no significant decrease in mercury levels over these decades. Instead, there was a noticeable increase, particularly in the Pacific Northwest during the 1990s. Mercury, specifically methylmercury, accumulates in fish through contaminated prey like small fish and crustaceans. Sources of mercury include natural events such as volcanic activity and human-related activities like coal burning and waste incineration. Despite global reductions in mercury emissions since the 1970s, ancient mercury, accumulated over decades, continues to impact surface ocean environments. Mercury poisoning presents significant health risks, affecting the nervous system, fertility, blood pressure, and causing growth retardation, especially in young children. The widespread consumption of tuna has led scientists to monitor mercury levels in over 3,000 samples from the Pacific, Atlantic, and Indian Oceans, focusing on leapfrog, bigeye, and yellowfin tuna. Experts underline the complexity of assessing mercury exposure risks associated with fish consumption, highlighting the need for further investigation into consumption frequencies and vulnerable populations, such as young children and pregnant women. Continued research and awareness are crucial in safeguarding our health and understanding these persistent environmental challenges. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, provides guidelines for fish consumption to promote health and safety. They state that adults can safely enjoy low-mercury fish once or twice a week. However, if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, it's advised to limit your intake of low-mercury fish to about 4 ounces, 2 or 3 times a week. This cautious approach helps in avoiding excessive mercury exposure, which can be harmful. Consumer Reports has recently suggested avoiding tuna due to inconsistencies in mercury levels found in some cans. If you consume a lot of tuna regularly, it's important to be vigilant for signs of mercury poisoning and consult your doctor if needed. Mercury poisoning's symptoms include impaired vision and speech, muscle weakness, and cognitive challenges. Seafood naturally contains some level of mercury. While tuna is particularly noted, there are fish and shellfish with lower mercury content. For instance, crab, shrimp, squid, tilapia, cod, salmon, oysters, and crayfish are regarded as low mercury options. If you prefer canned fish, anchovies and sardines are safer alternatives compared to canned tuna. While predicting mercury poisoning from tuna consumption can be challenging, it's crucial to understand that excessive mercury can adversely affect health. Staying informed about mercury levels in seafood and adhering to the recommended weekly fish portions can help mitigate health risks and ensure a balanced, nutritious diet. A recent study reveals that it could take another 10 to 25 years for reductions in airborne emissions to impact mercury levels in the oceans, with effects on tuna appearing decades later. This underscores the urgent need for global efforts to reduce mercury emissions. The study emphasizes sustainable and long-term monitoring of mercury levels in oceans to protect public health and marine ecosystems. It's vital for policymakers and environmental advocates to prioritize reducing mercury pollution. Mercury is a neurotoxin that can harm the body if consumed in large quantities, causing loss of brain cells, motor skills, memory deterioration, anxiety, and increased heart disease risk. Methylmercury in seafood like tuna can lead to poisoning. Symptoms of methylmercury poisoning include impaired speech, hearing, loss of peripheral vision, muscle weakness, and a pins and needles sensation. There is no clear measure of safe tuna consumption, but the FDA provides guidelines to reduce poisoning risk.